Now we can also address security down at the mailbox level. There's a number of things we in just a second. Distribution list. We can tell our distribution list to only accept email from authenticated users. Now the problem with email is by default it is an anonymous medium, just like your telephone. If we fix the telephone so that only people that you know can call you, how do you ever get in touch with someone, say a business associate or whatever, gives your name to somebody else and they need to talk to you, but you don't know them, but you need to know them? You got the same problem with email. Keep in mind, inside our organization, we can set our email to only accept email from authenticated users or other people in our Active Directory structure. This might be a good idea. Now, this does create some issues. You can also digitally sign and encrypt your email. This provides the security. If you digitally sign it, then I know who sent it to me with complete confidence. If I encrypt it, then I know that nobody read it on the way. Keep in mind, both of these, however, will add processing load to your server because it has to encrypt and decrypt and sign this email. Outlook 2003 has a junk mail filtering mechanism built in, and I'll just bring it to your attention and tell you to go out to Outlook 2003 and look at it and see what needs to happen there. Recipient filtering. We can filter inbound email. I mentioned this earlier on Active Directory membership, and I'm going to show you how to do this. We can actually do it at a global level in Exchange System Manager. We can also do the same on sender filtering. We can filter our email based on the sender of the email. So let's go out to the Exchange System Manager, and let me show you how to take this to the next level. Now, authenticated users bypass these filters. This is only going to take place on anonymous email that's involved with the internet. So let's go out to the System Manager and take a look. Okay, here we are in the System Manager, and notice what I've done. I've gone into the administrative group, I've expanded servers, then I expanded protocols, and now I'm going to my default SMTP virtual server. Now this is what gives me connection and the pathway to the internet and exposes my organization. Now, if I go to Properties, you'll notice here that if I look at Messages and Delivery, notice there's Outbound Security, and I can set anonymous access or basic authentication and so forth. I can set outbound connections, and I can limit these. But notice if I go up here to Global Settings and look at Message Delivery. Now, this is where the email is traveling through. But Message Delivery, if I right click and go to Properties, notice you see here Sender Filtering, Recipient Filtering, and Connection Filtering. If I do Sender Filtering, notice I block messages that claim to be from the following senders. And I can add, and I can just type an email address here. Notice I can archive these filtered messages. I can filter any messages with a blank sender, and I can drop the connection if the address matches the filter. So I can do some pretty serious things here on sender filtering. On recipient filtering, notice this will block messages that are sent to the following recipients. And I can filter any recipients. This is easy. Check that box. If someone's trying to send message into my organization to someone who's not in Active Directory, I don't see an email address out there in Active Directory for them, I will simply filter that message out. And again, I can add these and edit them simply by typing the recipient name in here. Connection filtering. I can block list services. I can do global accept and deny list configurations. So I can take care of those issues as well. So notice this is happening at the Exchange organization level. So as mail's coming into my organization, I can apply these filters. Once I've created my filters, I need to go down to my virtual server, go to Properties, and notice on an IP address, on any unassigned address, Notice on the TCP port 25, if I edit this, I can apply the sender filter, the recipient filter, and the connection filter. And that's the ones that I set up here on message delivery. Apply that, and now I've applied those filters. Now I didn't put anything in my filters. That's how to configure message content filtering.